Hello and welcome to another video here at Movie Mash, and today we're going to talk about a little independent movie that came out a few days ago called Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, Alex Wolff, and directed by Michael Cerankosky. I think I got that right. But anyway, this came out a few days ago. I heard a little few things about it, so I thought, yeah, give it a watch. The story goes that Nicolas Cage's character, he's a bit of a recluse, and he's a truffle farmer. And he owns this little pig, and the pig seems to help him find the truffles. He lives in a forest, yeah, he's a recluse, he lives in a woodland, and once a week this young lad, played by Alex Wolff, comes to picks up the truffles and goes off once a week. He doesn't want any kind of modern technology, he doesn't want any showers, well, he wants showers, but he doesn't want any hot water, he doesn't care for all that. He just wants to be, feels like he just wants to be left alone. Now, over the course of the film, his pig gets stolen. We don't know why, but it feels, to me, I've started feeling like this is going to go with John Wick's kind of a story, but not as comic book type, a little bit more grounded, and that's how I felt. It felt like it was leading up with the pig going missing. I mean, I was hoping it would be more grounded if we're going to go John Wick, but anyway, let me carry on. So, as I was saying, is that the pig's stolen, and the only link to the outside world he has, this young lad who picks up his truffles every week, Alex Wolff. So he starts investigating where his pig has gone, and he goes from one place to the other. And during he is beaten up. From the day he got beaten up, covered in blood, he's gone off looking for this pig. He's dirty looking, rugged, blood all over him. Doesn't matter. But over the course of the time, see, Alex Wolff's character is a little bit embarrassed about it because he's kind of very smart looking. He kind of wants to build a reputation around people, and he doesn't want to be going around with this homeless looking kind of guy going around and causing mayhem over a pig. But over the course of time, where we're going from one place to the other, you start picking up little pieces that Nicolas Cage had some kind of reputation, like just say his name and people's jaw drops, and you're wondering to yourself, oh, okay, what was he, some kind of a tough guy? Or I think he turns out to be some kind of master chef along with a few other things, and everywhere he goes he gets the answers he wants because of his reputation. Now, I don't really want to go on too much about the story because give it away too much, so I'm just going to hit straight into positives. The pig was extremely cute. I mean, like, extremely cute. And if you're an animal loner and you have a dog or a cat or whatever, and anything happened to them, I mean, some people will watch this, oh, it's a pig, like John Wick and all that, their dog. But if any animal owner who has dogs or cats like I do, if anything happens to them or by anyone, you will go to distance until you find them, or you'll do anything for them, like I would for mine. And even though they get on my nerves most of the time, but as I said, the pig is extremely cute, and you see quite a bit of it, and they seem very close, and I like that. That's what I will say about that. Now, the acting is really good. I mean, you've got two main characters. Alex Wolff, I recognised him from another film. Only one other film I ever see him in, and that was Hereditary, which he was good on that too. And Nicolas Cage, his acting was like the best part of the movie. It was the most, that was the reason why I just was glued, because of him, his character, and his acting. Unfortunately for Nicolas Cage, over the last few years, he's taken loads of terrible movies. And for those who don't know, as far as I'm aware, is that he kind of got into financial problems there about 10 years ago or so. And I think he went bankrupt. Like, comment below and let me know if I'm wrong, but I think he went bankrupt. I think he had some tax issues, so he started taking what he could. I'd like to see him on a big budget movie, maybe Con Air 2. That'd be great. Or maybe another National Treasure, which I like Nicolas Cage. But as I said, on this film was the best acting I've seen him do in a very long time. I mean, he's always good, but this was really good. Alex Wolff was, yeah, he was spot on as well. Now, the opening to the movie was really good. I mean, it felt like it was going to be an epic type movie. The soundtrack and the music is really good throughout the film, and for a low budget independent movie, the music score was, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It stood out for me, and you hear some music in the background. I wasn't sure who sang what, but I sounded pretty good. So I'm gonna give a thumbs up to the score and the music. So it felt, as I said, it felt like it could have been a big budget type score. I mean, you could see that on something big. So yeah, now I'm going to hit negatives now, and there's a few. So first of all, I felt like the film the film had a lot to say, but we didn't quite get there. I mean, it felt like it felt like it was all the through the whole film. It felt like this is going to be good. This is going to be good. It felt like it was going to be a good film, and unfortunately, it didn't lead up to anything. I mean, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it didn't lead up to anything, and I felt that was a bit disappointed with the acting and the scenario, what was going on. The shaky cam, there was a lot of shaky cam in this movie, and there felt like there was shaky cam when there was no need for shaky cam. People were just talking, standing there. And I understand that there's a lot of shaky cam in films today, even when people are standing around. But I noticed it stick out. It was quite too shaky for scenes that didn't need it, or it felt like they shouldn't be in it for some reason. I didn't get that kind of pissed me off a little bit. In fact, it was taking me out of the film at parts, because that's all I was seeing was the shaky cam. So yeah, I will say that. Now, the last 30 minutes of the movie I felt dragged. The film is kind of a slow burn in general, but because of the acting and the scenario, what was going on, you were intrigued and you wanted to know more, and I still enjoyed it. But 30 minutes left of the movie, I felt it was starting to drag, and I started to feel like this ain't gonna go anywhere now. We got 30 minutes left, and there's a lot to be said and done, and it's not quite happening, and yeah, I was still hoping towards the end, like, we're gonna see some kind of build up, because you find out where the pig is, and you find this out, and obviously, and you thought, right, there's going to be some kind of showdown or something dramatic or anything, and the film doesn't quite go there. It doesn't get to anything, and it felt like a bit of a letdown, and I felt like the conclusion, there was no conclusion. We got nowhere. It felt like the whole film was just a character kind of based on characters rather than a plot. And don't get me wrong, like the character of Nicolas Cage on it was he was the best part, and he kept me watching. But it came to the point where nothing happened, and the film felt flat towards the end, because the build up to something and then nothing happened. It felt like there was a good film inside there somewhere. It felt like it was a missed opportunity to draw out some more, because we find out bits about Nicolas Cage character, but it doesn't go deep enough, so we don't know enough at the end. So at the end we know bits and pieces, but we don't know everything, and it felt like it gave us stuff to invest in, but not, and then it took away. It didn't go elaborate anymore, and there was some like shady underground type stuff that kicked in throughout the film, and like we'll say in the first half, and it felt like that led to nothing, and it felt random. Like it felt like it was going to be part of the movie, but it wasn't, and I didn't understand it. Like maybe it went over my head, but I couldn't understand why that scene was in there, and it felt like his character, knowing the bits and pieces we find out later, isn't really the person who would have been in that kind of thing. It didn't make sense. He was doing it all to get like answers from his pig, but it felt a bit random. And if you're not going to go on and show more about that, then don't have it in the movie. And my lights are playing up. I swear to God, they're broken and they keep going on and off. I've had to put some more up tomorrow. But anyway, going back to the movie, it's a good. Oh, there's a ghost in the house. It's a good enough movie, but Nicolas Cage he was the best part of it. And I have to say, the film ended up falling flat at the end. And I have to give the film a thumbs down. But for Nicolas Cage, this is the bit that I'll give him a thumbs up. He gets a full thumbs up. The film in general gets a thumbs down. And it's unfortunate, as I said, there felt like there was a film inside there that we couldn't get out. We needed out, but we couldn't get out there. Oh, the cinematography and all that was really good on it, and how it looked, and everything was great in that sense. But it felt kind of boring towards the end, and that. But this is just my opinion. But I want to know: have you seen this movie? Are you going to see it? Please don't let me give the negative for Nicolas Cage's performance alone. You should it's worth seeing just because of that. But I want to know if you've seen it or not, and if you're going to see it. And if you have, comment below and let me know. If you think it was good or bad or terrible, I want to know everything. I want to have a conversation about this, because I want to know other people's opinion on this, because I've heard other things. People are raving about how good this is. So, but for now, and until next time,